Hi everyone, today I am talking about micellar cleansing waters, something that I got into at the end of last year. They're really popular, and now I've had the chance to try quite a few out. I thought I'd give you a little review on some of my top and worst picks. So in case you're not familiar with what they are a cleansing solution that you can use to remove makeup and eye makeup as well without having to rinse. And as far as I understand, there's some sort of particle in them that attracts all the dirt or makeup from your face, and it was definitely pioneered in Paris. Apparently, as I was reading in a magazine, because they've got very hard water there, so skincare experts try to find a way of removing makeup without using that water, which can be quite harsh on your face. So anyway, that's my little preamble, and I'm going to start with what is widely considered the best. Is it the original? I think it might be the first micellar water available, and it's the classic Bioderma in the pink bottle. It's not actually the first one I tried, I'll go on to that. And actually, for me, is it the best? No, I know that might be controversial. It does the job still, and if none of the others were available, I'd be perfectly happy to use it. But considering this is 4 times the price of some of the others, that's why I wouldn't necessarily reach for this one every time or go and repurchase this every time. So, price-wise, this is a 250ml bottle, and it cost me £10 on essentials.com. The bigger bottle you buy, the better value it is. So that works out about £4 per 100 mils. And it works fine. It takes everything off. It's really gentle. I will say that it doesn't get off eye makeup very well for me, including or especially waterproof eye makeup, but I would say the same for any of those. So I use a separate eye makeup remover anyway. The reason I would say, for me, it's not the best is 2 reasons. So first of all, the fact it's 4 times the price of the others and doesn't have extra benefits for that extra money. It's slightly more difficult to get hold of because you can only buy it online, so you can't just run into Boots or Superdrug and pick one up when you run out. And I actually find it ever so slightly drying. I've got no proof it's definitely this, but it's the only thing I changed in my skincare routine. I used it for 3 or 4 months. As you can see, it's almost gone. And I started to get really dry skin for a little while. I thought it might be this. It's the only thing I could think of that had changed. And when I stopped using it, it seemed to resolve. So for me, not the best for dry skin. However, they do a different version for dry skin. So I suppose I could try that. But when I found others that I love for a cheaper price, I don't think I'll bother. But I know a lot of people rave about this and consider this the best one. So it's definitely good one. It's up there in the top for me, but not the best. So that brings me on to 2 other very popular ones that I see talked about and written about all the time, and that's the Garnier one and the L'Oreal one. So if I start with the L'Oreal, because this is the first one I ever tried, and this is what made me fall in love with micellar cleansing solutions. So this is 200 mils, so slightly smaller bottle than the Bioderma and definitely smaller than the Garnier. And I think this is about £5, but it's usually on offer. But if you were to pay full price for it, that works out about £1.50 per 100 mils, so already a lot cheaper than the Bioderma. And for me, this does the best job of the lot. It completely removes all my makeup on my face. No tingling, no sensitivity. It just feels like you're using water, but better, to take off your makeup. It lasts a long time considering the amount, so I'm finding that I don't have to use as much of this as I do of the Bioderma. And for me, this is now my holy grail of micellar waters or skincare products, because I'm just going to repurchase this again and again. I know I am. This is my 3rd bottle, so I've gone through 3 of these and I'm still finding no problems with it whatsoever. So this is my top pick of all the ones I've tried. Having said that, a very close second is the Garnier one. This comes in a bigger bottle, as I mentioned. It's 400 mils and it's around the same price. So this is the best value of the lot. This is under £1 per 100 mils. Having said that, even though it's half the price of the L'Oreal, I can't really explain why, but it's not quite up there in the actual effect for me. Yes, it still gets off all my face makeup. Yes, it still doesn't tingle. It doesn't make me feel sensitive, and I haven't reacted to it, even when going through the whole bottle. But something about it just doesn't feel like it works as well. I feel like I have to use more of this to get a really clean face than I would compared to the L'Oreal. So again, if they were to discontinue every other micellar solution and this was the only one available, I wouldn't cry about it because it's still really good. So this is a close second for me out of all the ones I've tried. So far I've talked about ones that are really popular and talked about a lot, so I'm going to move on to some other ones now, and I'm going to start with the Boots Time Delay Micellar Cleansing Water, and I picked this up in a haul that I actually uploaded a long time ago. I'll link it below if you're interested, and I haven't really spoken about it since, but here is my chance. So I opened the bottle and immediately it had a strong scent to it, which was really surprising because all the others are completely unperfumed, completely unfragranced. There's no smell to it whatsoever. So I opened it up, and without even putting my nose to it, I could immediately smell a really sort of strong scent. And I can still smell it now. It's not a nice scent either. It smells chemically, it almost smells like nail polish remover. So warning bells were ringing in my head straight away. But I gave it a go, I used it. As soon as I put it on my face, it burned. So as you can see, I haven't really used it. I gave it one more go just to make sure that it wasn't a one-off fluke, but I'm not going to continue using something on my face that burns. So that made me have a look at the ingredients, and there are about 50 ingredients in this thing, including citric acid and alcohol. Now for me, alcohol on my face is not a good idea. I don't know of any skin types that would be suitable to apply alcohol to your face. That made me check the ingredients of these other three that I've already talked about. The ingredients in these two are almost identical, there's just one different, and I've only got about 4 or 5 ingredients, and the same with this one. This doesn't contain the same ingredients as this, but it only contains a few ingredients. So that made me want to check out other micellar cleansing waters as well. And before I even bought anything, I had a look at the ingredients every time, and I found that most other micellar waters that I looked at had multiple ingredients, far more than the L'Oreal, Bioderma and Garnier, and most of them, if not all, contained either citric acid, which I know I am sensitive to, not maybe allergic, but very sensitive to, and or alcohol. And that includes some really popular brands, including those that claim to be suitable for sensitive skin or a hypoallergenic, all that kind of thing. So this one I'm going to chuck out. I'm not even going to give this away. I try not to waste things, but I can't think of anybody that this is going to be suitable for. Why do you want to strip the makeup off your skin by burning it off? So I guess the moral of the story is all those other micellar solutions aren't necessarily going to be suitable for me. Not everyone is sensitive to the same things, I understand that, but none of those are going to be suitable for me. So if you are interested in checking out micellar waters, or you've tried one of these 3 and you're thinking, I want to see if any of the others live up to the standard, perhaps check the ingredients first. I will try and make a list on screen somewhere or down in the description bar, or both, of all the ones that I went to buy and ended up changing my mind because they contained either alcohol or citric acid, just for reference. So that's why I've only got 4 to talk about today. I would have wanted to talk about more, but I couldn't find any others that I even was willing to try after having made that discovery. So top pick for me, definitely L'Oreal. Close second, Garnier. I wouldn't be too disappointed if Bioderma ended up being the only one available, but at 4 times the price, not worth the extra money for me. So I hope that has been helpful for you. Please comment down below if you've got any information about micellar waters that you think I need to try, because even though I'm very, very happy with my L'Oreal, I'm always willing to try out more products. As always, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Things that you can throw over anything and keep yourself warm, or if you're sort of snuggling up on the couch watching a film, it's the kind of thing I'd love to throw on if I'm just wearing some pyjamas or something. And this was £12. I got it in a sort of grey